very determined effort by our guys tonight, particularly in Tyrese's absence. Some guys were thrust into some new situations, and the start wasn't awesome, but the fight was there from start to finish, and eventually we created enough separation to finish the game. So great win, and now we look forward to a really great opportunity on Monday.
Obviously, TJ from the start, from when he comes out, seemed like he gave you obviously he gave you a huge boost. He figures 10 of 11 from the field, I think 20 and 11. You said all kinds of great stuff about him, but I mean, just how impressive was he top to bottom tonight?
Well, when you play Miami, you got to have your best competitors on the floor, and TJ's one of our best competitors for sure. With Ty being out, it thrust him obviously right into the mix, and from the very start of the game, he had major impact. Impact defensively, impact scoring the ball, impact creating pace, and so I thought his basket at the end of the first half was a key basket. Got the game tied back up again, gave us momentum going into halftime, and then you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, the level of conditioning needed to play the minutes that he played, considering that he hasn't been playing much in the games, shows you his level of professional approach, keeping himself ready, doing all the work. So can't say enough great things about him. And we had a bunch of other guys that played great. I thought Mathurin had one of his best games. He didn't have gaudy numbers, and fouls became an issue. But from the very beginning, he was a factor at both ends. Played efficiently, played with energy and force. Really good stuff. And the other guys that were great. I mean, Toppin, obviously, having Butler as an assignment. Key shot making, key running. He was banged up at the end. Not sure how serious his ankle is, but he insisted on staying in the game. And I think he had a finishing transition off the ankle that got banged up. It's pretty clear that he's a little bit hobbled. So pretty heroic effort by him. And then look, we scored a lot of points. So a lot of guys scored. Bruce Brown was tremendous, both ends. He was attacking, Neesmith, TJ, and they go around and down the line. I thought Turner played a great game as well.
You mentioned, I was going to ask about Obi. Just what did you like about him in that assignment? Just what all do you think he did well guarding Jimmy? It took him a while to get any fouls, just the presence, everything.
You're talking about, Jimmy Butler's one of the best players in the world, and very smart, very crafty, very strong, exceedingly skilled. And so, we felt after game one, putting size on him would be something that might help. And we just, tried to stay disciplined, around the basket and make him take tough shots over us. And, eventually he got to the free throw line in the second half. The first half we did a good job. A guy like that's gonna make adjustments. He did. He ended up scoring a lot of points, but Obi's effort tonight really on him and one or two other guys that he guarded was terrific.
Rick, you guys missed 15 shots in the first quarter and 14 the rest of the way. I don't know if I've ever seen that. How do you, even for what you guys are capable of doing offensively, how do you explain just the ridiculousness of what this box score looks like without Tyrese even?
Well, we're committed to a style and to an attitude. Even though this is a high-scoring game, them getting 129. I mean, we played physically and we played a very disciplined game for us. Because of the number of possessions, our games are going to be more high-scoring. It's just a fact. But NBA games are long. I talked to the guys yesterday about it. Each game is it's a long haul, and you've got to be you've got to be really disciplined to play a team like Miami, because right now they're the best team in basketball at hitting you with a drive or a cut or some kind of a score at the end of the shot clock. They did it probably eight or nine times tonight, and they're great at it. And it's the same with an NBA game against these guys. I mean, you're gonna have some success during some stretches. When you do, you've got to still stay steadfast about the seriousness of each possession and keep hammering away. And we did a better job of that tonight than we did in the first game. But as far as the number of misses, we don't really care about missed shots. I mean, we care about generating the right shots and playing the right way. And if we do that, we set ourselves up to be better defensively.
You alluded to it when you came in, but the opportunity that next week provides. Tyrese the other night was talking about how this isn't the playoffs, but he's in the playoff and was looking forward, obviously, to this opportunity. What will this mean, do you think, for some guys that?
Well, yeah, in the stage that we're at right now, we're developing a young roster. We want to play meaningful games. The in-season tournament has given us an opportunity to play some really meaningful games, and so now we're in the quarters and we're at home, and so the opportunity to play at home in an in-season playoff game is a significant opportunity. I just want to make every appeal I can to our fans that we need the loudest building possible. We're, to show you that no good deed goes unpunished. We draw the best team with the best record in basketball, But we do get to play them at home, so that's something important. We need our building to be as loud and raucous as it possibly can, and we're going to need to throw a game out there that's exceptional. And I realize it, and I think our players realize it. And Boston's coming into this thing with 2 days rest. We're coming into it with one. But this is the NBA, and this is how the chips fall.
Yeah, we just got downhill. We trusted each other, made the extra pass every time. And then TJ came in, gave us a spark. Drew had a great night. Just finding everyone. It was a great night for everyone.
From a defensive end, you guys, for the most part, I thought did a good job of keeping Miami off the line. What was that like tonight?
Just staying down, knowing our personnel. Jimmy is going to get to the line. I mean, he's super aggressive. And they try to hunt fouls, so we did a great job knowing being disciplined.
Hope we got that first assignment primarily on Jimmy. What
Yep.
impressed you about what Obi did?
He was great. He made everything tough for him. We know Jimmy's going to score. He's a great player, but every bucket was tough.
You guys started so slow, but Rick said in the postgame, he goes, I don't worry about missed shots. I know guys can make them.
Listen, we're going to score a lot of points. Everybody, we have 11, 12, 6, 7 people in double figures averaging right now. So we're going to score the ball. We're not worried about making misses.
How crazy is it that you give up 129, especially the way you play? And that's a good defensive day. You did play good defense.
Yeah, they made tough shots. Caleb Martin was, he was on one today. And a few other people. Jay Rich had a first layup under the basket. It was tough, but that's going to happen. You just got to tip your cap.
You mentioned TJ. It seemed like he brought just a huge spark.
Huge spark. What do you think? 20 and 11 tonight? That's huge. That's huge. And he had a midi over Jimmy, and I was like, how did he do that? But just a great player, great energy.
What just clicked for you individually when you see?
I was aggressive. We was in this situation before in Boston when Ty was out, and I only had 2 points. That's unacceptable. So I took a challenge mentally to be better tonight.
Obviously, the score itself is a lot different, but just how much better do you think you guys operated today?
We were great. Everybody touched the ball. Even with Ty, when he's in, he scores a lot more, and he contributes to most of our points. So it was just a team effort tonight.
The opportunity that's coming on Monday. Obviously, you've played.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Monday. It was a tough one up in Boston. We should be healthy on Monday. We're looking forward to it.
But not just that part, the fact that you do have a chance to go to the semis in this thing. You're one of the 8 teams with a chance to be the first team to win the thing. What is the extra energy that comes from these tournament games?
I don't know. Honestly, it's really like playoff atmosphere. These games, and obviously the fans come in and bring extreme energy. But again, we're looking forward to this one.
I don't know. I just think everyone was getting a touch and getting downhill and creating a problem. That was the biggest thing, just to get downhill and, refuse to not let them stop you, but it was just like have a will to get to the rim, and we did a good job.
TJ, the opportunity that comes your guys' way on Monday, not just Boston again, but a chance to move on in to the semis of this tournament. What does that mean?
It's big. Obviously, this has created a lot of buzz, and last time we played Boston, it wasn't exactly close. So we'd like to kind of get one back against them and in front of our fans and advance in this tournament.
Are you surprised that how well this thing has seemed to work? I mean, it seems like everybody has really enjoyed being part of it.
I mean, anytime I think there's something new, it generates a lot of buzz, and I think the NBA has done a great job in doing this stuff with the courts, the uniforms, and just the whole thing. The semifinals and finals being in Vegas. It's been fun so far, and looking to keep it going.
You've had a lot of big games against the Heat historically, to the point that Heat fans are aware at this point. There's a certain fear level about you. Well, why do you? Different rosters here, different makeup of their team, but yet you've played well against them. It seems like pretty consistently. Is there any reason for that?
No. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, I try to just do my job when my number's called, and, I might do it better at some arenas than others, but I guess it's just luck.
It's not Jimmy talking trash to you?
No, he doesn't say anything to me, honestly. That's usually me to him, so, he's a good friend of mine, though.
TJ, when you have it going like you had tonight, how's that feel for you?
I'm not really, I wasn't really focused on that. I was just trying to make sure we, wound this thing down and walked out here with a win, and that was my focus the whole game.
TJ, how fun is this? People look at 144, 129 scores and say, oh, they don't play any defense. That's absolutely not true. They play a ton of defense. How do you enjoy this style? How do you explain it?
Yeah, the NBA is trending in a direction it's just an asinine amount of points from everyone. That's what teams do, and defensive coaches in this league have tried everything, and like I said, we've told on ourselves before in the way we defend, and that's why it gets to be frustrating when we don't lock in on that end, because we know what we're capable of. But the offense in this league is just incredible.
You mentioned the lock. You gave up 129, but it seemed like you were locked in on a lot of things. It seemed like Obi did a pretty good job on
Yeah.
Jimmy. What did you like about defense across the board, and how important was what he did on him just to make it difficult?
Yeah, you're not going to shut Jimmy down. You just have to make things as tough as possible, and I think Obi did a really good job of that. He was super solid, and I think the rest of us, those guys play off of Jimmy, and we had to be aware of that, and I think we were locked into that as well.
Bruce obviously goes off for 30 and gets really towards the end. Just what stood out to you about just what he was able to do offensively and really on both ends, but just you feeling on him there.
I feel like if people don't know, the guy's a 3-level scorer. From 3, he's obviously more than capable of shooting it, and I don't think people realize how good of a floater and mid-range game he has. It's really good, and he's able to get to the rim, and he shows that when he gets the opportunity to kind of showcase that.
I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want to gas him up, but he did a pretty good job today. He stayed aggressive, and we felt like he had the game in his hands, and he was able to help us win.
What just how important was it for you guys just after the other night to come to get this kind of win, especially with time not being?
Very, very important. Feel like we got to keep the rhythm going to Monday. We trying to win the whole thing, the whole tournament. So feel like it was a good thing to to have today, and we trying to get it Monday.
Just how do you feel about your own game, just in terms of your ability to attack and also just
I was put through adversity. It wasn't an easy game, but I'm not satisfied with the game I had today. If I'm being honest, I had some good things, but I had there's a lot of things I need to do in order for us to be a better team.
Ben, what do you think Monday will be like? Looking ahead, you're in the round of 8. What will that be like?
my only thing is, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a fun game, and I feel like it's going to give us a preview of what Cambridge can be like. And it's a great opportunity for us to go into the season.
Start defending. Honestly, I think that's what it is. I mean, obviously you hit shots, but when you start defending at a high level, we can get out and run, start rebounding, we don't foul as much. I mean, we can get out and play our game.
Yeah, Rick has said, and Rick said after the game, he goes, I really don't worry about guys missing shots. I want them to take those shots. And even though you guys started out so slow, you guys never panicked.
You can't, man. It's just an up and down league. I feel like, or a make or miss league at that. I feel like when you actually bunker down and get stops and you have a balanced scoring night like we did too, I think that was a big thing as well. Everybody feels involved, so everybody's extra juiced up on defense. I mean, it's just really just basketball math at that.
You've played playoff games at Cambridge, so you're one of the few that has. But what do you think Monday night will be like in the in-season tournament?
Well, it's going to be electric. I already know Boston, obviously it's we had a tough game up there earlier at the beginning of the year, but I think everybody's ready, for what it brings. I think we have a different energy, in this in-season tournament, style of play. And it's a real playoff atmosphere in Cambridge, so it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be electric. It's going to be exciting, and, you don't want to miss it.